Good morning from the Batcave. All right, so the audience spoke and I want to answer. Yo, Andy, why you produce so much content? You're a B2B guy. What are you doing? You're a blue collar. What you producing so much content for? Well, friends, let's dive into it today because I want to talk about that. But first, as we unbox this topic of social media, B2B marketing, I want to give a disclaimer. I've become dang good at shooting a 58-second video, putting a little clip at the end, and making that my thing. But this one's going to be longer. So if you want to stick around, it's going to be less paced, slower. I'm going to talk about this topic. I'm going to unpack it a little bit. So if you're into that, I'd love for you to grab your cup, stay with me. And if not, cool. Check you on the next side because there is value in creating a personal brand, in putting out content, whether you know what you're doing at first or not, and whether you know what to talk about. All right, so let's go into some what, wins, why, where's, lessons learned at the end. So when did we start going down this journey? It took me a long time to get in this unitard, so stay with me. 4 years ago, LinkedIn was around. We were early in our first venture on social media. 2007, we started putting stuff out on Facebook and Instagram. We didn't know why the crap we were doing it. We were just putting it out there and we were trying to build a brand. And I realized about 4 years ago that it was fun to put a promotional video trying to sell a product to a B2B customer on LinkedIn. And 4 years ago, here's what happened. I put out a video and I got annihilated by the clean energy crowd who were trying to save the earth. We had an emission control technology that was doing great stuff. And then I got blasted. And so I ran scared for 2 more years. I didn't put out much content after that because I was like, dang, man, these people mean. And LinkedIn was pretty nice at the beginning, but then I was like, oh, these people are mean. So 2 years ago, August of 2021, I got really serious. And here's what I did. Let's switch to the next slide. No, let's not go into the what. That's this slide. Let's stick to the why. That's a big point, by the way. A lot of people, me included, always go to the what and the how. Start with the why. I did win just to give some context, but start with the why. All right, why did you start promoting stuff 2 years ago on social media? Well, the reason I started doing it is because, let's just be honest, I wanted to try to raise some money for our venture. And I didn't have any network. So I had not purposely built up a big network of folks in my prior first 2 ventures. So started a business, exited it, had a great exit, and cool, we did it again, learned a lot in the second venture and had another exit, but I had not built up a network. And so in venture number 3, what has become known as Blacksmith Ventures to the Blacksmith Tribe, wanted to raise some money. And so I didn't have a network. So I thought, all right, social media is going to be the way to do it. I'm going to meet people. Let's put ourselves out there. And it was dang hard. Now we can go to the what, but the why was I simply wanted to build a tribe and try to raise some money through that effort. And then I realized a lot. So we're going to talk about that. All right, what did I do? Well, I went to LinkedIn because it was supposed to be the friendliest platform and it's B2B. And again, this was, August 2021. And I started putting out content every single day. And it was stupid hard. It took me up to an hour to create a post about what I was trying to talk about. And here was the thing. What was I trying to talk about at that time? I didn't know. I didn't know what I was supposed to talk about. I didn't have a product I was selling. I was trying to build a personal brand. Who knows what the crap that is? So I was trying to build a personal brand. What do I talk about? Well, I just started talking about whatever was going on in the day. Was it my coffee? Well, let's talk about that. Did I want to talk about blacksmith? Let's talk about that. Did I want to talk about my family thing? Cool. And I realized that I was talking about something, but I was accomplishing my goal. Remember, my goal was to post every single day to try to build a brand. What I was posting was all over the place. And a lot of people got confused. People say, yo, man, I see what you're doing, but what are you really trying to do? And I was like, I don't know. I'm just trying to post content because that was my goal. My goal was just to put content out every single day. Didn't matter what I was talking about. So, lo and behold, you need a piece of content and you're driving down the road with your kid to take him to school. And I'm like, hey, everybody get in the photo and do something to talk about. But it does something really neat. And it starts to show who you are as a person. People want to know who you are. We can put out all this stuff on social media about, oh, I believe in this, I believe in that. I told somebody today, look, there's 2 extremes. There's this far, far, far right extreme. There's this far, far, far left extreme. And I think those are only like 5% each. There's 90% of us are just normal freaking people trying to do a good job, make a living, have some fun, meet cool people, share a drink, whatever time of day that might be for you, and just get to know each other so we can hopefully make impact in each other, find the right who. That's not a thing on here, but why and what are. But the thing is this, whatever you talk about, just talk about it. You find your voice. I'm finding my voice. Some people may say I've never found my voice. Some people are like, hey, I feel like I know this dude. Don't 100% know what he's doing, but I know this dude. And as we navigate this world, we'll figure it out. So here's a fun fact too that I've learned. When you're going through major transitions in life, and so for me, going from one business exiting, second business exiting, starting a new venture, realizing there's a bigger opportunity to build a blue collar founder community and serve that community, grow that community, make impact in that community, you start to find clarity and you can start to niche down. And then you can lead people to a transaction. Right now, up until now, I've not been leading anybody anywhere. So people say, well, Andy, how do I do business with you? I don't know. There's been nothing to do business with. We've got a holding company called Blacksmith Ventures. We've got a company called Next Play Partners that serves the market similar to the companies within Blacksmith Ventures. So we have a staffing company, branding media, advertising agency, and we serve that overarching blue collar market with community. That's the whole thing. So how did I do it? Well, I started out, video for me, as you can see if I'm rambling along here, is pretty comfortable. So I like to talk because you see body language, you see expression, you see articulation. You can really get to know somebody. And I love to watch videos on this platform. And I did a video earlier this week about distraction, limiting some of that because you get a lot of coming on. But when you start on social media, I did everything manually. I downloaded Adobe Premiere Pro, which will blast your brain off because it is so freaking hard to understand. But I edited my own videos and I learned it. And I learned how to find people who could do that better than I could. I learned how to take a picture. I learned how to post some text. I learned how to do all of the different things. And it was very manual at first. Now it's extremely systematic and automated. And while the clarity of messaging might still be all up over the place, I don't really care because remember, my goal was build a tribe, build a community. I feel like I have built a great tribe and community internationally with you all. So if you're still here at this video at 7 minutes and 52 seconds, you're a tribe or you want to probably learn how to do some of this stuff. And those are my kind of people too, because I love to give back to them. So that's how I started, just really manually, and then learned to automate it and learn to enhance it, learn the tricks, all the hashtags, all the stuff. And there's gurus for everything about that. Let's talk about lessons learned. Okay. First, you gotta forget what everyone else, you gotta forget the haters. Haters are gonna be there. They're gonna tell you how you're doing wrong on social media, yet they ain't posting nothing. So that's number one, forget the haters. Number two, I'm starting to sweat under this mask. Number two, just put out the content you want to put out. Forget about the algorithm. Forget about the stuff. Look, I meet people all over the coffee shops, the soccer fields, the airports, the places I travel who say, hey, Andy, thank you for that message. I'm like, wow, you never liked, comment, or anything. They're there. They're watching. Your tribe is there. It's watching. And so now the question is, and I'm going to answer this in the lessons learned section. Does all of that work turn into ROI? Well, absolutely it did. We founded a business because of it. We were contacted to help these folks, oh, look at that, with a business because of knowing that we put thought leadership out every single day. We have a community all over the world of people because we've met them. And otherwise, I wouldn't have put myself out there to know. We've got a tribe of blue collar founders, a community. If you saw the post from the other day, that helps one another because that's what it's so fun. And so the ROI is absolutely there. You got to play the long game. And I'm hopeful that I can stay consistent, continue to play this long game, and continue to change and adapt. Be yourself. There are so many ways to do it. There are so many platforms to do it on. I meet people on X, former Twitter, who are living their best lives over there, meeting their best tribe. I like LinkedIn. I like Facebook. I don't use it very much. Instagram's cool. Haven't quite figured it out. Stories are really good. I got a speaking engagement from an Instagram story. So put out an Instagram story and got contacted to do a speaking engagement. To the investment community, by the way, which is why I set out in the very beginning to do this. So, all right, I've gone on long enough. 10 minutes, call to action. This is something I don't normally put on videos. So, lesson learned again is the last lesson for me. What is your call to action right now? My call to action is if you've watched 10 minutes and 37 seconds of this, just freaking know that I appreciate you. I really do. I think the world of you for hanging around, wanting to learn something. Ask me a question down below. If you don't want to ask a question, DM me. I try my best to keep up with those things. You can email me. You can go to my profile and click that link. That'll take you to a link tree where you can click on all the stuff that I've got going on. But everything around me is blue collar founders, blue collar industry, blue collar communities getting better every single day, one day at a time. We've got real estate ventures. We've got manufacturing companies. We've got product companies. We've got service companies. We've got staffing companies, branding, advertising agencies to help you do this kind of stuff if you want to get clear. Just start. One day you'll find your voice. One day you'll find that thing that you can drive everybody to, that call to action up there where you can drive people to and make business. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to make business. But I'd also argue we're here to make community, here to make tribe, here to make friends, here to make people who we can do life with. And that's what you are to me, friends. Appreciate you. You've won today.